Hello internet friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my February plan with me video. So this is just me setting up my February bullet journal and all my weeks and everything. So I like to do this about a week or a few days before the month actually starts, so I have like a clean slate and it's ready to go for planning and my to-do list and everything. So I am just starting off with my little cover page, and I just have the word February in like a really pretty cursive, and I just have that all set up with a pencil. So I always do everything in pencil, and then I go over it with my like marker pen. And I actually went over February with the pen part of the Tombow dual brush pens. So I did that whole little flower bit, and I actually loved how that turned out. I kind of like just sketched it from an image that I saw on Pinterest. So I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest for my bullet journal. I like to like get lots of ideas and kind of different ways to set it up. So this month is a lot different than my January spreads. I liked to kind of change it up a little bit and see what works for me. So then once I'm done tracing everything with my marker pen, I just make sure to erase all the pencil marks because it kind of makes it look messy. So now for this next section, I am doing a 2-page spread of my February calendar. So I am just starting with my horizontal lines, and again I just kind of sketch everything out with a pencil. So I just have like the very edges and like where I want my lines to go. So I'm just using this little I don't know, like a ruler thing with lots of little cutouts, and I am just making my lines with that. Before I was just using a regular ruler, but it was like so big because these notebooks are kind of small, so this works perfectly and I love it. So I'm going in and making all of my squares for my calendar, and then I'm just going in and erasing all of those little marks that I made. I love how the text for the word February came out. I absolutely love it. So then I'm going to go over on the very left of my journal, and I'm going to put some small boxes for like goals and goals for this month, and then like a little section for next month. So anything that I need to like remember for next month. Since I do my bullet journal month by month, I want to make sure that I'm writing down things that I need to remember for the next month. So I started writing in the days of the month, and then once I got to the end, I realized that I was going off of my January calendar instead of the February, so I have to go back in and white out the numbers that I had put in there and then do the correct numbers for February. So it's kind of annoying when I mess up, especially when I do things in marker, because then you have those little whiteout marks, but it's not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse because these pages aren't white and my whiteout is like white, but it wasn't too bad. So that's not that big of a deal to me. I just would rather have it look super nice. So once I'm done with my numbers, I do the writing on the left and make sure I have all that set, and I like to use my monochrome dual pens and kind of shade things in and make it look really cool. So now I'm going into my actual week on 2 pages. So I started off by erasing some of my like pencil like notes, and I just erased the top of those, which is just like the days of the week. And then I'm going in and making the square. So I decided to do something that I was inspired by from an image on Pinterest, like I said earlier, and I really liked how it looked, and it really kind of makes it seem more organized and more put together. So I wanted to try this out. So I did a little bit of shading with my monochrome blending brushes, those little markers, and then I did my squares, and then I go in and I used my like the longer part of the pen to write out blog and YouTube, and then I went over it, and then I do go over it later and write out blog and YouTube over that text, just with my regular marker, and it gives it a really cool effect. So I really love that and how it turned out. So then for that blogging and YouTube work section, I just have it on the bottom there, and I kind of made them like half boxes. And then on this page I'm just doing little corner boxes, and so that's going to be for like next week, this week, and my habit tracker. So I decided I was going to start doing my habit trackers weekly instead of just having like them all on one page for like the whole month, and I think this is going to be a little bit better, and it's going to keep me a little bit more on track, so I could fill that in every single time. So that is what this week is starting to look like. So then I'm just going in and writing the days of the week on top and the number. So for this week, this is like the end of January, beginning of February. So since I wanted to keep my my spreads from Monday to Sunday, that's why I added and included the January days. So then I am just filling out what I want to keep track of for my habits, and just adding a little bit more of embellishment. So I'm just going over the corners with my dual brush pens, and then for the blogging section I'm giving it sort of like a little shadow. So I thought that was a really cool effect, and I'm just going over just those two little corners. So then I am going in with my following week. So again, I'm keeping my whole month really consistent. So I'm basically doing the same exact thing, except for this month, or for this week, I should say, I did the week on a single page. So I am just doing my to-do list. So that's for like my to-do list, anything I want to remember, just like housework, basically any life like related stuff is gonna go on the first page. And then I did my blogging kind of to-do list on the other page. So I kind of like consolidated everything to its own page, and I think I'm gonna like this a lot more. So I feel like a lot of these weeks I did a little like something different. So then for this week I only did a habit tracker, and I think I put next week, or it might have been goals, I'm not sure, in that other little box. So once I have everything traced with my marker, then I go in and erase everything with my pencils. So this is where I'm going to go in with my Tombow pens, and so I just wrote blog and YouTube with those, and then I went over it with my marker pens. And then I did make a mistake to down there, so I fixed that with some whiteout, and so I have my habit tracker and then just a little section for next week notes. So for this week's spread, I had these stickers that I got from the dollar section at Target, which I love, and they're actually like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday like stickers. So I decided to put those right on the corner, and then I'm doing some shading, and I like to go back and see what I have. So I just put the days, the actual day that it is on top, and then I did Monday through Sunday over on the blogging section. So then again, I'm going in and shading. It kind of creates like a shadow effect, but it's just like a single line, and you can see I mess up again, but it's not that big of a deal. So I kind of just like fix it up a little bit so it looks as nice as possible, and then I did just the corner effect on the other page. So since I basically do the same thing for the rest of the month, I'm just going to let you guys watch and kind of plan with me here. I'm going to put some nice music over this, and I just hope you guys enjoy this this plan with me, and I'll come back at the end and we will talk a little bit more then. So for the last week of February, I just did those 3 days, and I did the days of the week for my to-do list on the left, and I did the blogging to-do list on the right. So I actually made those boxes the same, and I really like how this one looked as well. So I just go in and write blog and YouTube right over the actual boxes, which I really liked how that turned out. And then since I have this big open space on the left sheet, I just decided to put there my reflection. So I'm just going to jot down things that happened in February, and so that's the last week. So that is going to be it for this video. I'm just going to quickly go over every single sheet here that I have, my cover sheet, my calendar, and then all of the weeks. And I do have a couple sheets in between some of my weeks where I just have some notes jotted in there, and some salon inspiration photos. But yeah, so that is it for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked these kind of videos. I love these and I love making them. This is really fun. So if you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos, and I will see you in my next one. See you later. Bye.